And here we are back again to look at the Warhammer Fest and the other 40k features. This time we're looking at Heretic Astartes, which is my chosen side. So let's kick off with the first Heretic Astartes reveals, the Chaos Gods. And we're going to go straight to the Dark Gods Provide video. Now, I believe the theme of most of these releases is along the lines of Cultists. So the Cultists are being reworked to look a bit better. To be honest, after the Blackstone Fortress game came out and they released their Cultists in there, or ones that look like Cultists, I think this was on the cards because the ones in the Blackstone Fortress were epic compared to the ones you get normally. I happen to have about 40 Cultists, so if I need to update them really because these ones do look a lot better. So let's get on with it, shall we? Yeah, they're the new Cultists, I think. Imagine a Cultist army. Some of these are possessed. As in literally possessed. See them. Probably going to support the World Eaters. That's going to get out their own army, or their own codex. Let the Galaxy Burn. One of the first Horus Heresy books. Here we go then, look. Now, this is a mutated Space Marine. He's clearly allowed demons into his soul, shall we say. And this is the result. Good, I like it. And again, the same kind of thing. These are all going to be new possessed models, I'm guessing. Some of these work better than others. I'm not too sure about that one. That one looks alright. Most of these look like close combat. So World Eaters basically out they were talking about. Yeah. Okay. Go down a bit. I do like the style of the models though, the claws. I actually enjoy painting some of these things. I painted my spawn up in a very similar way, and my demons in a very similar way. Now here's the Cultists, look. Now these compared to the old Cultists are a big improvement. Big improvement. I mean they look the part, don't they? Pretty impressive I think actually. Remember these are the most boring models in the game. You know, from the chaos point of view, but they're also the rank and file. What the hell's happened to him? Oh my god! Oh, that's weird. That is just weird. These aren't Cultists. These are going to be something else. I can feel it. We're still waiting for them to release a Venom Crawler separately from the 8th edition rule upgrade. They still haven't bothered. They had it in a few box sets and that's it. But most of the 8th edition Mark II rule updates seem to be a bit obsolete now. I mean, what's the point of the Lord Discordant now? That is weird. Yeah. There we go. I've got no idea what these things are. Horrified Warp Torments. Twisted beyond recognisability, dark rituals and demon influences, abominations, lurks to war. So basically, I think they're going to be called Torments, are they? Classic Lost in the Damn Feeling, so Traitors Astartes. So I guess you could go really dark with these. Really dark. I do like that one though, that's my favourite one, that is. Definitely. Now this, I'd love to know what he is. I think he's one of the priests, isn't he, or apostles or something. Because the Apostles, remember, they've got a few new models, but I think these are Cultist Apostles or something. Yeah, they're definitely... Kind of reminds me of the old medieval knight, that one. "'Tis just a flesh wound." Yeah, I really do like them. I really do like them. That looks epic. Leads of Vortan. We will be getting back to the Chaos thing. This is just the next thing they announced. So, let's have a look at this Imperial Chopper. By the way, I've seen this earlier, and this is something that they're replacing the old trike with, I believe. This is the modern trike. The original trike was just a trike with a gun on the top. So we have a look.
This is Imperial Chopper. Welcome back. You asked for it?
Orange
We
chopper.
got it. The latest chopper concept from the Leagues of Votan. Presenting the Hernkin Pioneer.
There you go.
Unparalleled comfort makes you feel
I
like
love the
you're
idea of
floating
this
on
side as
air.
well.
Because you are. Smooth lines and an open canopy let the wind whip through your totally awesome coat. All that and some hellacious firepower. The Hernkin Pioneer from the Leagues of Votan. You're out of their league.
I love that. That is great. Yeah. That's the old one there. That picture there, that is the old classic chopper or trike thing. The epic scale, I had epic squats as well. Looks exactly like that. These do skid turns, and that's the new one. So you got old, new. I think we can all agree it's an improvement. Although I don't think that is the squat way of doing things. I would have probably made something bigger. But anyhow. But yeah, that's. I'm guessing this is still in early days, and they're still designing and padding out the army because they're only revealing these things a little bit at a time. So yeah, right. Let's go to chapter approved. Now the news here is the chapter approved are actually going to be releasing I think it's the points and everything you need separately from now on. You get it in the app, so you just download the app, install it. You get the points updates in that. That way you don't have to keep changing things in your book anymore. You can just get the book, look at the app, go, right, these are the points, and work out your thing that way. Because you only need to know the points when you're making your army list, so that makes sense. There's finally moving away from that halfway house into something that's a little bit more permanent. But it means the chapter approved now will be basically tournament rules and things like that. So that would be good. Means you can ignore it. Save yourself a fortune every month. And there we go. World Eaters. The big reveal, I think. Now these guys here are close combat. The Butcher's Nails, all that kind of stuff, if I remember right. Yeah, Butcher's Nails there. They're basically driven to slaughter. It's the only way they can quell this pain in their head. So let's have a look. Brutal, this army is absolutely brutal.
So the World Eaters are one of the original traitor legions that fell to chaos during the time of the Horus Heresy. They are the favoured of the Blood God, the Lord of War, so one of the great chaos gods, his personal servants. Unlike some of the other traitor legions, they're not really an organised force. There was a famous battle at Scalathrax where the legion was shattered, mainly by a guy called Khan the Betrayer. The clue's in the name. He kind of went mad, killed loads of his erstwhile colleagues, the legion shattered into pieces. In recent periods of time, increasing numbers of World Eater warbands have been seen across the galaxy, united by particularly powerful warlords. There'll be no surprise to anyone that they're mainly focused on close combat. They're a really aggressive fighting force. In the future, when we really explore them in depth, there'll be a little bit more nuance to some of the way that some of those units will work that will give you a really good play experience. One of the cool things about this project was an opportunity to treat the World Eaters as the faction in their own right. So we've taken them out of the Chaos Space Marines book so that we can give them all the love that they deserve. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some great rules content in White Dwarf to tide people over while they wait for the full World Eaters experience. So our current Khorne Berserker models literally fought the Long War. It's not quite 10,000 years, but they are showing their age a little bit. So we will be doing, as part of the main release for World Eaters later on, a full set of new miniatures, including, of course, new Khorne Berserkers. There'll be all kinds of exciting things released as part of that miniature release. Some of those will be old favourites, but there'll be a few surprises in there as well, and things that maybe people aren't quite expecting. As ever, there's always great things happening in the 41st millennium, and I'm excited to see what you all do with the exciting new World Eaters in the future.
Epic. Yeah. Well, thing about 40k close combat, especially with the new rules that give them so many attacks. Yeah, the thing about 40k close combat is once you get into combat, you tend to just roll over the enemy if your force is big enough. So I'm thinking large squads of Khorne Berserkers are probably the way to go. Be expensive, but it'd be brutal. Look at that wallpaper. I mean, that is absolutely... I'm going to save that one. There we go. Right. So yeah, Khorne Berserkers, if you like close combat, and I'm more of a balanced force myself, but if you like close combat, definitely go for that. Angels of Death. This is the logo taken from the videos from the Warhammer app. Not Warhammer app, Warhammer Plus. They did some really good videos. I subscribed to it for a while, but I just wasn't getting my money's worth. Paid £5 for a video every week. No. I could buy a movie for that.
Someone must take the throne.
This is the style of the Warhammer movies we've been seeing on the Warhammer
I am
Plus.
Shipmistress Salkin. I would command you.
Livia, you would sacrifice half the ship. I would sacrifice them all.
In the name of vengeance.
It was a good series, the Death Angel series. Still going. Right, here's one of the ones I'm interested in. See, when you're making or painting the models, the really big demon models are really good to paint. They're big enough to really do a good job on. So let's have a look. This would go well with the World Eaters. For this particular guy is a former space marine promoted to demonhood. He's done, looks like he's a Black Legion there, but that would go well with the World Eaters, really well, I would say. Apparently you get different markings on it to distinguish him, so... In fact, there's the heads look. You've got Khorne, Slanesh, Zeech, and... oh no, that's Nergal. That's Slanesh, and that's Zeech. But yeah, not bad at all. Again, there's quite a lot going on. I mean, there's tons of stuff here. Mostly for Chaos, Squats, and Horus Heresy, but it's quite an exciting time. Being a massive Chaos player, it means I'll have to update quite a lot of my Cultists, but it means you can add a whole section. But here's a tip for you: if you're going to do your Cultists, don't paint them up as, say, World Eaters or Thousand Sons or anything like that. Paint them up as a rabble. Alright, so you can use them with any army. Because Chaos Cultists won't get the same kind of love and affection as the Chaos Space Marines. They'd basically be whatever they can scrounge up. So it would be a rabble. Think of it as a bunch of council estates, going out on a Saturday night. Don't paint them up in colours with the Legion. Do them so they look like they're straight off the streets with whatever weapons they can find. Okay, they look the best that way. I've done mine that way, and I've made all different colours. And whilst I did each squad different colours, I decided I'd mix them, and it just works. It works rather well. When I eventually get round to getting some of these box sets, which should be fairly soon now, because I'm nearly finished doing all the bits I needed to do in my flat, then I'll show you what they look like when I start painting them up. See you later.